everybody, welcome back to the channel. Yes, I got my grace cards right here. Y'all want to do grace card reading? Let's do it. Okay, y'all, I did pre-shuffle the grace card deck, so I'm going to do a regular daily reading. And today is Mars Day here at the Lair, so happy Tuesday. It's the 9th of May 2023. Yeah, it's one of those days. All right. Okay, y'all, let's pull our first card to give us a little message on you know, how we can do a better job of serving ourselves when we're trying to interact with other people. And by serving ourselves, that phrase, what I really mean is how we can get the most out of the interactions that we have, you know, because they're all on purpose. They all matter. You know, there's something there for every one of us all the time. All right, y'all. Let's see. Okay, beautiful. And actually, these are really, really, really gorgeous Mars Day colors. You know, they could use a little bit of red, but it's really beautiful. Okay, choice. Choice. Yeah, and don't shoot the messenger. For every action, there's a reaction. Choose wisely. How many times y'all heard that? Like a million and two. Something like that. Look, it's just like chew your food thoroughly and sit up straight when you're eating, when you're at the table. I mean, all of that is for a reason. If you can sit up straight while you're eating, your digestion doesn't work so hard, and you do, you know, process your food a lot easier. And if you chew your food thoroughly, you know, you got two enzymes that digest food, and they both work together like epoxy. So you get the first one in your mouth, and then you get the other one in your stomach, and the enzymes in your stomach are counting on the ones from your mouth to process your food efficiently, okay? So all of that, okay? So choose wisely, because for every action, there's a reaction. That's where we are. This is what this realm is. You do this, and that's, you know. Okay? That is the way it is. And I think that we forget, or conveniently forget, as the case may be, that it's all about us. It's all about how we direct things. It's all about how we choose to feel, how we choose to speak, how we choose to tell our own story. And trust me, y'all, I'm just as, hey, man, okay? I want to stop telling the story about my stroke and how blah, blah, blah. But really, for me, it's just like I can't even believe I've been through it. I can't believe I'm sitting here and I'm doing this. And I want people to know, you know. I want people to know my struggle. No, I want people to know that I was really, really at the base of it, you know. And I really, really was dumped and left alone and left abandoned and left for dead, literally. And I freaking did this thing. And of course not by myself. Of course I have my angels, my guides, my, you know, my source, my counsel. But as far as humanoids, it was devoid. This stuff doesn't happen every day. So I kind of can't believe it's happening. But the truth is as long as I'm telling that old story, I'm still living that old story. As long as I'm regurgitating these things that I've been through, without having that enlightened kind of facet to it, I'm kind of keeping myself stuck in that mode. I'm not allowing myself to completely come out of the cocoon and be that butterfly that I worked so hard to transform into. And I know that. Okay, and I know that I've got to make that serious double down on this choice to stop talking about it, maybe write that book and bring my experiences to life through these readings, but not necessarily go over and over and over the fact that I was left for dead. Okay, all right, that's a choice. For every action, there's a reaction, and when I stop telling that story, guess what I get to do? I get to open my wings, and I get to show my colors, and I get to fly. That's how that goes. But it takes some practice, y'all, especially when you've been stuck in that loop. I've been stuck in this loop for 7 years now. And the fact that I did it all by myself means that I didn't really have any witnesses. You know, no two-legged witnesses. A few in and out, a few in and out. A few came in early, and I still am in contact with them, so they saw it. But through that process, I was definitely doing it on my own, and yeah, it's kind of tough. I'm trying to shed it. But look, that's a choice. That's a choice. That's a hard choice that I've got to make. And it's the same thing when you're interacting with other people. You can make that choice. You can predetermine, you can predetermine that it's going to be a negative situation, or they're going to show you their worst side. You can predetermine that, or you can predetermine the other. You can make a choice to believe in the best. You can make a choice not to let anybody else's stuff get you and change your frequency and knock you off your course. We all have that choice. Okay. And no, I'm not like these other girls, and which is, God bless them, but something's in my throat. I don't know if it's spirit. I don't know what it is. All I know is I need a little drink. Let's go on. All right, y'all. The second card, this is your personal card. This is the one that's going to touch that deeper you. You know, not the projection. It's not the activity-oriented, you know, that kind of get it done. But to get it done inside, that softer side, that knitter. Excuse me, the knitter of your reality, okay? Let's see, whatever you're going through, whatever you're going to be coming across, or whatever you're trying to manifest, or whatever thing it is that's got the most of your attention that you're trying to manipulate or navigate to make it work for you in your world. Let's just see what the Grace cards have to say about that situation. How maybe we can get a better grasp on it. I got some good groovy tunes going on. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm really hoping that if you can, that I don't get that copyright infringement thing on my video. You never know which ones do that, you know. I never know, so. I'm so sorry. We're not trying to do none of that. Okay. All rights reserved for you. Trust. I love it. I love it. This is so perfect, y'all. The more we follow our intuition, the more we'll find that the right doors open to assist us in fulfilling our life's purpose. Excuse me. So instead of going on that loop-de-loop and that Jeffy run, and I don't know if y'all are old enough, but there was this, we used to have newspapers. And they used to have these comics, which is really the only part of the newspaper I ever really read. But there was one called Family Circus, and this little kid, he could never go to from A to B. He had to do like, okay, you know, like to get to A to B, okay, to get from A to B, he'd like go all over the place, and it'd take him like an hour when it really could have taken him like 30 seconds, okay, that kind of thing. That's what we do in our lives. We forget to trust in our story. We forget to trust in ourselves. We forget to trust the source. We forget that we're being supported. We forget, we let the matrix come in and tell us that we're weak, and that we, you know, maybe aren't deserving, or maybe old programming or old familial experiential stuff programs us to believe that we're not worthy, and we're, you know, inferior, or that we have disease, or oh Lord, shit's endless, okay? And the bottom line is, we got to grow up. We got to own our lives, and we got to trust in something. We've got to trust in ourselves. We got to trust in direction that we have. How do we do that? We have faith in ourselves. We have faith in our story. We remember who we are and how amazing we are. We wouldn't even be here. Of course we're protected. Of course we're being directed. Of course we're being supported. Of course we are. And when you can stay in that sense of trust, your frequency is one of that. You don't do the Jeffy thing, or Jeffrey thing, or whatever his name was. You don't do 1,000,000 miles for a mile. You don't have to do all of that. You can go straight to the thing. You can, you know, you don't need the middleman. You don't need to take 5,000 side roads to get from here to here. The beach is right there. You get to go right to the beach. I mean, you know, and all of those are just distractions to our agenda. And I believe in eventual. I believe that every single thing that we go through is on purpose. Okay? So I don't ever believe that anything's a waste of time, because if if it happens for us, if it pops up in our reality, then there's a reason that we're having to experience that. There's something there for us. But what I'm saying is, on a higher level, on a higher mind, you can control your own frequency, and that frequency will differentiate your path. It will change things for you. You do not have to do certain things unless you have to do certain things. But that's not a dictatum from somewhere else. That's from us. That's what we set up for ourselves. Do you really need to go through all of those steps, or can you do these 2 steps and get to where you want to go? That depends on you. That depends on how you hold your frequency. How do you control your frequency? You control your mind, which controls your emotions. Your emotions set your tone. And all of that little tinkering with who you are and your psyche and the way you carry your energy, that will dictate, you know, how many steps you got to take to get to your end result, to get to your goal, which there is no end result. It's constant travel, and then we travel somewhere else. But I'm just saying, you know, in this life, in the realm of this life, in the parameters of being on this earth and living our lives out, we do have a purpose, and all of it is the purpose. But I know for sure that I, in my life, did a lot of the Jeffy stuff. Okay, I didn't wake up like this. I didn't wake up trusting Source and believing in myself and loving myself and not letting anything touch me. I didn't wake up being cool-headed and Luke. I didn't wake up being non-reactionary, and I still do the reactionary thing once in a while, not very often anymore. But I rarely lose faith in myself. But I didn't come in like that, okay? Or maybe I came in like that, but I lost along the way, and it took me a really long time because I didn't trust in myself. I didn't trust in my journey. I let life dictate who I was. I let life tell me what was for me and what was not for me. And it's a process, man. It's a process. It takes some going inward. It takes some time. It takes some investment in ourselves. It takes us to realize that we got to have some alone time. It's uncomfortable sometimes. We got to realize that the uncomfortable stuff is stuff that we really need. We do need it. We need that because that will give us a sense of contrast. That will show us what we really want. Say that 4 times. That will show us what we really want. But you don't have to go through a lot of the stuff that you go through if you learn to trust your journey and trust yourself. And when you fall in love with yourself enough to trust yourself, you're golden. You're on your way. You're doing what you're supposed to do, and you know, there's not a lot of that extraneous stuff, is all I'm saying. Okay, and like I said, you know, if you're putting yourself through stuff, well, then you do need it. Then you need it. And when you're done needing it, you'll be done putting yourself through it, okay? Because nobody's doing it to us. We're doing it to ourselves. We do it to ourselves because we signed a contract. There's a little book we came in when we wrote down what we needed to know. Source message. We wrote down what we wanted to know. Okay, we probably didn't write it down, okay? But just for the sake of this, we wrote it down. We said, this is what I want to learn in this life. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I want to, you know, we did this. We made the contract for our own lives. How you learn that stuff is totally up to you once you get here. Okay? And what I'm saying here on this channel is, if you can beeline it. You can short trip it. Whatever I'm trying to say. You can get there a lot quicker. All you got to do is learn to trust yourself. Trusting yourself, you know, that comes from taking that alone time, spending that uncomfortable stuff you got to wiggle out of, stuff you got to face, stuff you got to feel. And learning to love yourself no matter what. Really, in earnest. And that's a person who doesn't talk down to themselves. That's a person who doesn't call themselves names. That's a person who has patience with their own folly. That's loving yourself. That's being your own best friend. And when you do that, it's easy to trust in your journey because you know you're supposed to be here. and you love yourself. You already have given yourself love. Then you also, when you do that, when you learn how to give yourself love, guess what you do? Guess what you have? You have love to give others. When you give it to yourself, you have it. You're not waiting for it. I know this message is spinning into a couple of different directions, but definitely source has got me right now. And all I'm saying is that once you start to love yourself, you got something. You got something to give. And once you start giving that out, you're going to get it back. You're going to see it in your world. You're going to feel really smooth in your life. You're going to feel strong in your life. You're not going to be defensive. You're not going to be constantly blaming things on other people. You're not going to be constantly complaining about things, because you won't really be able to see the things to complain about. They won't glare at you. You're too busy being grateful. You're too busy being happy who you are. You're too busy loving yourself and filling yourself up, filling your own cup, so that you can give that to others. And it's not like a cerebral action. It'll be a reflex, flex. All right, well, anyway, that's all I got on that, y'all. I don't know, but anyway, the more we follow our intuition, the more we'll find that the right doors open to assist us in fulfilling our life's purpose. Well, the thing is, it's hard to trust your intuition when you don't know yourself. When you don't love yourself, you can't trust yourself. When you can't trust yourself, your intuition is an enigmatic situation. It's when you find yourself listening to everything else but you. And that's when you go on the Jeffy thing. That's when you go all around the campus, when you really all you got to do is go right there. All you got to do is go right there. Okay? All right, y'all. These are your two beautiful cards. Choose your choice and trust. They really are beautiful cards, and these would be a perfect Venus Day synergy, color synergy. But it's Venus Day somewhere, right? Okay, for every action there's a reaction. You dang well know that. You've heard it a million times, and it totally applies to everything that you think about and everything that you expect in life. Thinking and intending, those are actions. You don't have to just pick up a box, that's an action. But when you think something, intend something, feel something, that's action in your world. That's stuff you can control, okay? So choose wisely. Make a concerted effort to understand that you are choosing every single thing that you do, everything that you feel, everything that you experience. You're choosing it. Okay? Yeah, you know, I'm done. I would always used to say that's part of advanced studies. Well, guess what? Welcome to advanced studies, because I'm done. I'm done. There are plenty of other channels that are going to dance around this thing. No, you chose everything. You chose your agenda here. And I'm telling you that once you've chosen that agenda and those things that you need to learn, you're going to learn them. You're going to learn them. You're not going to be let go until you do learn them. How you learn them is up to you. So all you got to do is make wise choices and trust. Trust in the choices that you make. Trust in yourself. Trust in source. Trust in your journey and your story. Trust in the fact that you're here. You're magnificent if you're here. You're powerful if you're here. And you've got a purpose if you're here. And if you can trust in yourself, you will be headed into your best evolution on this planet. And you can't ask for more than that. Okay? All right, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. You know what? I should have said that in the very beginning, but I'm saying it now. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. And if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. And y'all, please, if you're subscribed, do that notification bell, okay? Because I'm not in a position yet where I can have a regular schedule with my beautiful readings, and I can't wait. It's coming close where I can dedicate every bit of my beautiful time on this planet to doing what I'm doing here, and that's what I want to do. But until then, please hit the notification bell, because it's so easy for my little channel to get lost in that huge sea of great information on YouTube. And yeah, and what else? Oh, well, if you care to share this video, please do, because something came out and it felt really resonated with me, and I'm hoping it resonated with you, and maybe it'll resonate with some of the peeps that you've got too. Thank you again for being here, y'all, and yeah, I'll see you soon.